You remember the bowling alley when I told her she's a weirdo and she started doing that dance? And I was like, you're cooked, you're washed, whatever the case is. That was like a whole, they put, what, like a few minutes? That look, Bobby Lights, Johnny Bananas, production, security had to intervene. Like, but what I'm guessing is E doesn't want, they watering down, they diluting the drama. For, you know, they want to keep it more upbeat. So you guys are not going to see everything. They also cut out the part where she called all of us peasants and refused to eat with us. I am a big fan of New York. Let me tell you, I am not a hater. Okay? I appreciate all people. You can find me under everybody posts, giving people love. And I still, to this day, New York and I good. We talked and everything. We're straight. And, you know, we recognized it was the competition bringing out other sides in both of us. But she is the HBIC, for sure. And I was super excited when I got into the house and I saw her. I'm like, finally, me and New York together on a show. Unfortunately, she was not what I expected. Very isolated, very removed from the house. I notice you guys are angry. I see the comments. I get it. She's a freaking legend, right? And reality TV gold and literally a walking soundbite, and it doesn't make sense for her to go home. But you have to understand, this is a game. New York is used to being the only star, right? And this was a collective. I don't think it was her thing. So she stayed away from us and treated us kind of like the help. You understand what I'm saying? She kept her. So once I peeped that energy, y'all know me. Once I peeped that energy, I'm not finna beg. I'm not finna chase you. I was like, oh. And I kept talking about it. I was like, I'm so hurt. I love New York. Like, I'm such a fan. Like, I don't know why she's super isolated. We would literally do a scene, you guys. I'm telling you, ask the cast. I have no reason to lie. Ask the cast, okay? We would do a scene. New York would disappear. New York would not engage with us. New York would not smoke with us. New York would not eat with us. New York was like, I don't eat with peasants. It was, don't address me when I come into the room. That's a sign of weakness. It was all that type of vibe. So we were like, damn, you got to understand. We're playing for $250,000 in a freaking recession. You understand what I'm saying? It's every man for themselves. For those of you who feel like, damn, why you turned on New York? Why you that? We had our issues. We had our issues. We had some words, not the words her and Omarosa had, because baby, Omarosa's better than me. But I would have literally asked her, sis, can you do your hands work? Because those are fighting words. You or whatever. What she say? When I tell you, yo. So on top, first of all, let me tell you what else they cut out. Right? Listen, when we were there, you had to give a speech, right? If you send me home, if I come back, I'm coming for all y'all heads. She literally threatened to come for, you gotta understand, they didn't make air. You have to understand, at the end of the day, it's like, okay, well, yeah, sis, you on the chopping block. You're not trying to, you catch more bees with honey. It's House of Villains. You catch more bees with honey. Like, be easy. Like, but that's just her. That's who she is. Don't count her out just yet. You never know. She's such a big character and such a big legend. You may see her again. I don't want to spoil it. You may see her again. But I wanted to give you context. So much happened. As a matter of fact, when I think about it, New York and I got into 3 altercations that did not make air. The first one in the backyard of the house, okay? All right? And then the second one was at the bowling alley. And there was a few times she was throwing shade and talking stuff and whatever. And I, obviously I overheard and I pressed her about it and we got into it a few times. We also got into it in the kitchen. I don't know. They did not air this. They did not air any of it. So I am being, you guys are, yes, she has Instagram. I am being like, you guys are pissed. One person could win. It's a recession. It's every man for themselves. I want to tell you something. For those of you who never looked at me as a villain, Baby, with these prices and the way inflation going, you're going to look at me as a villain now. I did what I had to do. I didn't leave my son and my life in Jersey to go to California to make friends. If I meet some cool people along the way, great. It wasn't the house of friends and homies. It was the house of villains, fam. You understand what I'm saying? I was away from my weed. I was away from my people. I was completely out of my element. But ladies and gentlemen, $250,000 kept me fucking focused because I have to provide for my son. So I want you to understand every decision, this is a game. I'm telling you, you're going to look at me differently after the show because I play the game ruthless. I do. Because only one could win. We can't share the prize. That's against the rules. They didn't want us smoking at all. Bobby Lights changed all of that. I ain't going to blow him up. Shout out to him. But they didn't want none of that. You understand? That it was like a big thing. You had to have like a medical note. You know what I'm saying? So it was no shade, no animosity. I got mad love from New York. New York is from New York. I'm from New York. She's a legend. When we think about who started this reality TV shit, she's definitely up there as one of the ones from the beginning. You understand what I'm saying? What you say? If you leave your whole life for a game, you have to be ruthless, period. But I had fun and I played the game, in my opinion, being true to who I am. I tried to have as much integrity as possible. I just tried to play like Tanisha. You guys, there's one freaking prize. One person is going home with it. Not a few. You can't split it. You can't make deals like that. One. Once I really understood that, it was game on. It was game on. You understand what I'm saying? So I had to do what's best for my game. I hope y'all understand it. Tiffany, if you're watching, sis, it's nothing personal. It's all love. You know what I mean? Yeah, it's all love. You're a legend. You're that girl. Always been. And that's that. It's no shade. It's a game. It's a game. Oh, you there? Okay. Yeah, so, I'm getting a little backlash. Like, T, why you did that? Why you sent her home? I don't like the way you turned on New York. I'm like, y'all didn't even see everything. We had beef throughout her whole time in the house. And we barely saw Tiffany. We literally only saw Tiffany when it was time to do challenges. Tiffany never left her room, bro. She did not want to interact with us. She did not want to talk. I went up to her. This is another thing that made us have a fight. I went up to her and told her, reminded her of her greatness, reminded her of the legend she was. You understand what I'm saying? I did. When we got into it later, I'm like, didn't I come up to you and I gave you your props this morning? She was like, you're a liar. You never did. That's what made us fight at the bowling alley. Don't fucking call liar. I was like, I'm a liar? I don't know why it triggered me so much. You know, she crazy. And I was like, we didn't have that conversation this morning? I didn't tell you that you the GOAT and you the legend? She was like, nope, you never did. Yo, so Johnny Bananas and me, Johnny Bananas was there, so he's looking at me like, and I'm like, yo, you a fucking weirdo. That's all I could say. I'm like, you're a fucking, like, what? You're mad weird. So that trickles into a whole 45 minutes of us, like, really getting, Bobby Lights would tell you, Bobby Lights had to get up. I slammed, y'all see me drinking that wine. I slammed my wine down. I'm like, yo, fuck all this. What's up? Because you talking crazy. You know, I can't argue for too long, y'all. No. We didn't, you're not physically fighting. You fight, you leave. You get a like automatically security's pulling, you're leaving. That is the rules. But Bobby's hella messy. Bobby ran back and told Omarosa that I said to stay out my business. Oh, that was the whole thing too. They didn't show y'all. So there was like mad fights that day. Me and Omarosa got into it. They didn't show that. So they dilute and stuff. Watch it. It's good. I know she's entertaining. I get it. I thought so too. I wanted more of her. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. So anyway, if you guys Haven't seen it, please check it out. House of Villains. It's on E. I'm not sure what apps, but check it out. And it's all love. It's all love. Like it's not shade. I did what I had to do. I didn't give a damn about who else. Especially with a game like this, I've never done anything like this in my life. So I love you, Tanisha, but you should have looked out for your own people. But that's just how I feel. But New York became her worst enemy with the delusion, etc. So I understand. I didn't know her prior to coming to the house. You understand? I followed her on Instagram. I followed Bobby Lights. Those were, and of course I knew of Aunt Fiza from 90 Day Fiance. So I didn't know her. We weren't like homies or friends before coming into the house. We knew of each other. We used to speak occasionally online throughout, through the DM, or if I go under her post or vice versa. Never any shade. It was all love. That's why I was super excited to finally be on the show with her. Unfortunately, it did not go as planned. Y'all got to stop thinking because we look like everybody, we're going to be homies. No, there's billions of people in this world. Fam, not everybody's going to be your cup of tea. And then another thing is, who you see on television may not necessarily be who you meet in person. No, seriously.